Hey, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Going to take a break from combat this week and talk about this. It's my logbook. Why do I have a logbook? Hey, Commander64 here, creating retro gaming and Elite Dangerous related videos in two separate playlists. I unbox, I build, mainly I play, occasionally I attend gaming events. If any of that stuff interests you, I recommend subscribing to the channel. For anyone that has been keeping up with the Elite Dangerous series, I appreciate that. Whether you've been watching via the YouTube or via the Facebook groups, forums, pages, I maintain my opinion that the Elite Dangerous community is the best online gaming community in the galaxy. So keep being awesome and doing what you do, guys and girls. So what's going on in the Elite Dangerous series at the moment? Well, I've got this cockpit build, which has been going on for a while now, and I am going to finish that up very soon. There's the combat series, which is mainly CQC, but we're going to take that into the real game at some point and see how that works out. And there's the crate setup that I promised, which I am going to be doing very soon. Right now, we're going to be talking about why I keep a log of everything I do. And I'm going to try and make as much money as I can in as short time as possible. So let's get to that. Okay, so here we are in Rebecca's Star, which is my Type 6 transporter, and we're going to go into the starport services and see what kind of missions there are around. Mission board. Okay, 63 units of tobacco to Lambda. Friendly warning, always come down here and check how much time there is for the mission before looking any further. And then try and ask yourself, do I have the time to do this? Because fairly often I'll accept a mission and then realise that I'm out all day and I can't do it. And then the next day I have to go to work or look after my daughter or something like that. And the time expires and you get your fine and you lose a bit of reputation. It's a very basic piece of advice, but it's worth reiterating. Always check how much time you have to do the mission and how much time limit is on the mission. That's not too bad. 81 units of tobacco, 1.4 million. I can do that in a couple of trips. So now I'm going to back out of here. The meat of the video comes in, my logbook. So why do I use a logbook? Well, I play actually quite role play when I play. I have a character that has moral standards, like for example, it doesn't mind a bit of smuggling, but he won't do slavery. It's kind of against that. So this gives me a little bit more kind of role play immersion. I have a captain's log, if you will, and many sci-fi series since the original Star Trek, they always started with a captain's log, and a captain's log, or a commander's log in this case, can be useful. So usually I keep everything in these sort of mad pencil and biro scribblings everywhere, which wouldn't make a lot of sense to anyone but myself, but as long as I understand what's going on, that's all that really matters, right? But just to make things a bit more clearer in the video today, we have borrowed some of Mini Commander 64's colouring pens, and who doesn't love playing with colouring pens, I ask. Right. So start with the date, and just for roleplay purposes we will put the 20th of September 3304. What I will do is I'll put a brief outline of what I am trying to achieve in the game. You might decide that you want to try a bit of mining, but you don't have the money for the modules that you need to do the mining. If that was me in the case of this, I would write down the date and write down I'm saving up money for mining. Because I tend to take breaks from the game, and if I take a 2-week break from the game and come back to it, I might think, well, what was I doing? And I can just go back to my book and go, oh, that's right, yeah, I was going to get the modules for mining. My goal at the moment is to save credits for my crate setup. So it's not a long-winded captain's log. You know, I met the Klingons today and we negotiated trade federation. You know, this is where I am. This is what I'm trying to do. I may put the amount of money that I need and how far away I am from achieving that, or something like that. Or if I'm looking to do some exploration and I have a specific target in mind that I want to get to, I could put that in my log, and then I don't have to worry about always keeping that course laid in to that destination on the galaxy map. I can do whatever I want to do and just come back to here and go, yeah, oh yeah, we are going there though, so let's get back onto that. Next, I'm going to tab over to my transactions and click my first mission here. And I'm going to write down, I'm going from Cubio, which is where I am now, to Enlander, taking times 81 units of tobacco. Next, I will write how much money I'm going to make from this, which is 1,416,908 credits. And I have got 23 hours and 30 minutes. You may say, look, this is all in the tab on the left. Why are you writing down this stuff? I may be sitting in front of the telly and think to myself, do I have a mission? How long did I have on that mission? I can't be bothered to turn the computer on and launch up Steam. It's probably all right. I've probably finished that mission that I was doing. I've got a book right here that I can just grab and just look and go, oh yeah, I've got a couple of hours before that expires. I don't really want to get that fine. Maybe I'll go on, I'll just quickly log on and do that mission. Or I might look at it and go, oh no, I got another day on that. I could do that tomorrow without having to start Steam up or the computer or something like that. So that's a bit handy to have the time down there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse this, because I've only got storage of 80 units in my cargo. That's the amount of space that I have, and this is for 81 units, so I'm going to have to do this in 2 trips. So I'm going to have to go back to Cubio to pick up that last unit of tobacco. What can I trade from Enlander to Cubio and keep that cargo rack full, so that I can maximize my profit? Why not make a little bit more money on the return trip, right? So this is where my web browser comes in. So I'll just tab this and go into my web browser, and I have my home page on the Steam browser as EDDB, the Elite Dangerous Database, which is a godsend. If you are doing any kind of trading in the game and you haven't got this, you really should check it out, because it can save you a lot of time. So that's eddb.io. Most people have already got it, but just in the off case that you don't have it, get it. It's just a web page. So I'm going to do a single hop route here. Yeah. And yep, Clarkport, blah, blah, blah. Favreau station, and I will, now it appears it's not on here, so I don't appear to be able to trade anything from that station. Maybe they don't have a commodities market. Happens sometimes, but right next to it is Clarkport, so we could just make a quick stop at Clarkport. So what I'll do here, I'll just write in Clarkport, and right here I'll put Favreau station. Right, so I know that I've just got to make a quick stop over there to pick up some stuff for the return trip to Cubio. And that will be Chemley Orbital. Now just click Find Routes, and there's not a lot here. It says to get some bio waste. I can make a bit of profit on that. If I buy it for 43 and sell it at 54, sorry, if I buy it at 43 credits, I can sell it for 590 credits nearly. Supply. So that's something worth noting. Make sure they've got enough to fill your cargo rack. There's a much bigger supply of these, hydrogen fuel, and there's a quite high demand for it as well. So I'll fill up the rest with hydrogen fuel. So coming back to our notepad, and we're going to write in underneath Clarkport, bio waste and hydrogen fuel, which we can sell on our return trip to Cubio. When we get to Cubio, we're going to sell the bio waste and the hydrogen fuel, obviously. We're also going to pick up the one remaining unit of tobacco, which means we're going to have 79 slots available in our cargo rack. So what can we take to fill up the rest of our cargo rack back to our lander? So all I have to do now is come up here and just swap the routes. Can I take something to Clarkport? Yes, I can. Liquor, which we can buy at 772 and sell for 1001. Now I need to check the supply. That there's only 17. There's plenty of fish and plenty of demand for fish. So the remaining slots will be fish. Okie dokie, we are running just over 10 minutes long now. This seems like a good place to end part 1. I shall post part 2 in 2 or 3 days, depending on how quickly I can edit that together. And we'll fly out and do the mission, and I'll show you how referring to my notepad helps me and my unreliable memory. Thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate anyone who's taken the time out of their day to watch this. Please feel free to leave comments, likes, subscribes, thumbs up, bells, whatever you can do to support the channel. Will encourage me to keep trying to bring you the best content I can possibly bring you. Hopefully I will see you in a couple of days with part 2. This is Commander 64 signing off.